What's the most bizarre rule you've had to follow in someone else's house? When I was little, my friend's mom would not let us drink at the same time as eating because she said it was a choking hazard to mix liquid and solid. Kids not allowed to bring any books with anthropomorphic characters into the house. We could play with Legos for hours, but were banned from bringing a Richard Scarry Big Adventure book, or any material with talking animals, or animals wearing clothes. The mom didn't want her children growing up thinking that cats and dogs wore sweaters. I hated that house. At my best friend's growing up middle HS, if we wanted to go do something together like go to the lighthouse or visit the old sugar mill ruins, we had to write a research paper first. We would give our papers to my friend's mom and then she would decide if we could go or not. You're our house guest, but family dinners are for family only. Here's your plate, you can have your dinners this week in the basement. No pooping on the floor. Which is a fine request but weird they had to call it out. When I was working as a student research assistant in Chicago, I stayed at this lady's house with 3 other roommates ranging in age from 20 to 50. She required all of us to wipe down the entire kitchen with bleach after every single use, no matter how small. There was this one time she told me her son was a doctor and had advised her to regularly drink water with a bit of bleach in it. It was very odd. I grow up with a lot of friends from Slavic background, mainly Russian and Ukrainian, and you are not allowed to whistle in the house because it upsets the house gnome. It was an unspoken eating. A few friends spent the night at a former friend's house when we were teenagers. She offered us a small bowl of macaroni and cheese at about 4 p.m. We thought it was an after-school snack, but that was it. Food wasn't mentioned again. My friends and I woke up in the middle of night, starving, so we went to the kitchen and the cabinets and refrigerator were locked. It was my house when my parents were still married. No closed doors. Bedroom, bathroom, closet, whatever. Only door fully closed was screen door going outside. Porch door, cracked at least 1-3 inches always, depending on weather. Taking a shower? Going to. Parents intimate. Door is cracked open. I caught several whooping as a youngster and later as 12-13-year-old for daring to close the door fully when in the bathroom. On a rare occasion we actually had company over, rule enforced on them as well. Had a friend who kept plastic Ziploc bags on his SNES controllers. While playing. Not me, but my mom had an aunt that would put down newspaper to walk on if you visited her house. She also gave her kids enemas every Sunday night so they would be clean for school. Had a babysitter friend of my single dad that would babysit me every so often so he could have a night off. I would sleep over and there was always one night of the week where we had to sleep with our feet at the headboard. I was like 3 or 4 remembering how fucking weird of a rule that was, lol. The guest toothbrush. My old friend's mom had a room in her house that no one was allowed in. No significance to the room. It was the viewing room. My friend's mom was adamant that we were not to fold a slice of pizza to be able to pick it up and eat it. The pizza was to remain flat, as we were not gluttonous beasts. I visited a friend at a lake house for 2 weeks in the summer and no one was allowed to get up before their dad. This fucking guy would drink until 1-3 a.m. and not wake up till 11 a.m. and would throw a tantrum if anyone made noise before he was able to get up again and drag his ass back to the real world. My friend's mom strictly enforced this the entire time I was there too. The things you look back on from your kid years, man. That was just a hostage situation. Man, reading all these stories makes me realize I just had no idea how many people out there are fucking crazy. Wearing jeans meant the only place I could sit was on one of the kitchen island stools. Kitchen chairs, sofas or chairs around the house, or any beds were no bueno. Also no shoes inside, which was fine, but also had to remove socks, so walking on cold hard flooring was super annoying. They didn't like that I brought my own slippers the next time I visited. Avoid going there now as much as I can. You could watch TV, pretty much anything, except King of the Hill. His mom caught us watching it. It came on after The Simpsons and her awful tone and angered look is something I will never forget. Honestly, great time otherwise. No Pringles, they catch fire too easily. I remember being babysat as a very young child by my parents' friends, and while I was eating dinner I asked for some water and she sternly reprimanded me and said, "No, you can't have anything to drink until after you eat." My best friends had a girl's bathroom and a boy's bathroom. It was a two-bath house. The boy's bathroom was in the parents' bedroom. I was there for a sleepover and had to pee in the middle of the night. I walked around for about 20 minutes trying to figure out what to do. I almost went outside, but I worried they had an alarm. I ended up peeing in my PJs. I hid them behind the toilet in the girls' bathroom. I still don't know why I just didn't pee in the girls' bath or wake up my buddies. It was weird. Women were not allowed to wear pants or shorts at my uncle's house. Anytime my family visited, both mom and I had to wear a skirt or dress past the knees. Also no open-toe shoes, no makeup. All of a sudden, my parents seem like normal people because they haven't expected anything remotely outrageous like the comments section here. Had a friend growing up whose mother ran an in-home daycare. We weren't allowed to talk during meals. Imagine a handful of 3 6-year-olds trying to eat mac and cheese with sliced hot dogs in silence. My own house, I wasn't allowed to poop with people home. Like I had to hold it until my parents went shopping or something. It was fucking terrible. At a friend's house was the no talking after 10 p.m. rule. Despite being adults, the host insisted that everyone must be absolutely silent after 10 p.m., not just keeping the noise down, but no talking at all. This was because he believed that any noise after this time would disturb the energy balance of the house. We had to communicate via text if they needed anything after that hour, even if we were just in the next room. I volunteered at an organic farm where it was forbidden to use toilet paper. Some volunteers used a personal rag they would wash after they wiped. I opted to improvise a portable bidet using a plastic bottle and made sure to wash my hands thoroughly afterwards all the time. Back in the 50s, my friend's mom would check every kid coming in for head lice. If you pee, you can use 3 squares of toilet paper. If you poop, you get 10. I found it so weird. My family didn't limit our toilet paper usage. My BFF's mom had rules about her not being allowed outside of her BFF's bedroom unless she was completely, nicely dressed, including shoes, a low heel was preferable, hair and makeup done, along with any touch-ups her nails may need. Found that out the first time I slept over at her house. We were 13. Rules applied to me, too, and were bitchily reinforced, lol. Oh, and she wasn't allowed to speak to her stepdad unless he spoke first. If she needed his attention or help with something, she'd just kinda stand near him until he acknowledged her. Or not.